What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Daily Misfire. Today we are working on Squarebody trucks, and more specifically 5 things for either close to free or under $100 that you can do to your crew cab dually, your short bed C10, anything you got Squarebody related to make it that much better. So let's jump into them. First off, if you're new to the channel, this is my 1981 crew cab dually Silverado. That is a 480 swapped 454 powered truck. It's got an Edelbrock Reformer 2.0 intake on it. It has FI Tech fuel injection on it. It is a Hydro Boost truck, so Hydro Boost haters, woo. It is a factory AC truck. There's no AC in it currently. But we're going to walk through a few things you can do to your truck to make it that much better. The first thing we're going to talk about is this guy right here. So this is a Holley heat shield. It's about $45 for that guy. And what it's supposed to do is, if you have, especially in a hot area, you live in California, SoCal, Arizona, places like that, things like heat soak, vapor lock, that is a big serious issue with these trucks, especially big block trucks, because they have heat likes to rise in these especially, and for some reason Squarebodies, they like keeping heat in the engine bay. And those guys can help you prevent heat soak into the carburetor, your throttle body, whatever kind of fuel management system you're using. Those can help. And I actually did a video on installing that guy, and it keeps it about a 20-degree difference from the bottom of the intake right here to the top of this. And like as I'm sitting here, the intake's nice and warm already. It's cool. It's actually cool to the touch. So if you have any kind of heat issues, like your truck doesn't like starting when it's hot, things like that, get one of those. That'll definitely help. The next thing we're going to talk about is dash pads. So most of the time these crew cab dualies, especially when they sit out in the sun, like I said, in Arizona, New Mexico, anywhere where it's hot, dash mats are required. Because most of the time, if you don't want to spend $300 $400 on a new dash, because like this one, you can see where there's cracks and stuff, and I'm not going to take this guy off. But this dash is completely junk. There's cracks in it all over the place, all over everything. It's absolutely garbage. But for about $25 on Amazon, there's a bunch of different places that sell them. You can get these dash mats, and you can get them whatever color you want. I got this one to match, and it's already fading a little bit just because I've had it for a while. But these guys are lifesavers. They look good, they're comfortable, and it also helps sound deaden a little bit, which will be what we're talking about next. One major complaint that a lot of people, especially people that have newer cars, say is how noisy and tinny old cars are. Like, they often have this sound. And I agree, 60s, especially the 60s cars, 70s cars and trucks, they all have that. However, you can make it go from this to very easily. How did I do it? Well, behind my seat, you notice there's a lot of insulation, and what I've done is I've taped this up, don't mind this. So there's some actual like car insulation, but then below it I believe that's R19 car insulation that I have shoved up in the pillars. Everything's all nice and quiet, so when the door may sound like that. That's one way you can deaden some of the sound, especially when you have exhaust going out the back. Having a nice deadening layer on that backside is very helpful. And another thing you can do, I do need to put carpet in this truck really badly, but if you notice, I have this sound deadener. This is a Silas deadener. It is very similar to Killmat, very similar to Dynamat. This is a little bit cheaper than Dynamat. It's about the same price as Killmat, but it's pretty much the exact same product. What it is, it's a sound deadening material. It has a little bit of a heat soaked material in it, so I put it on the trans tunnel, and it has helped with heat coming up from the transmission, the engine bay. It's definitely helped with that. But more importantly, any kind of sound resonation from the road, vibrations and stuff, it soaks a lot of it up, and it's become a lot quieter, and it's honestly a lot more enjoyable than sitting in the truck to have that kind of thing in here. And speaking of enjoyable, the next thing that I'm going to be talking about is right above that insulation, and it is right there, that gauge cluster right there. So let's jump into it. So oftentimes, gauge clusters in these trucks, they're very old. They have that stupid motherboard, you know, they look like a computer back there. Half the time, they never work. I think, honestly, the only gauge in this cluster that works is the volt gauge. The oil pressure gauge may work in this, actually. Just this engine makes over 60 PSI when it's cold, so honestly, it doesn't even, like, care. It doesn't help me at all with anything. But what you can do for about $100, you can get all new gauges right down there, and you can mount them super easy. These are auto gauge. You can get the EQS ones from O'Reilly's even. That's an EQS gas gauge, because for the life of us, we could not make that fuel gauge work. No matter what we did, we could not make it work. We threw that one in, it instantly worked immediately. And it was like it's perfect. It also works when I do the switch. It actually works for both of them. It actually moves around. All of those are accurate. As you can see, there's the FI Tech. But for, like I said, for about $100, you can have all the gauges you need, and you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on a new gauge cluster. You know, if you're just wanting to drive your truck, obviously, if you want your truck to look nice, you want to do something eventually with those. But you can also, if you wanted to, instead of having a pillar down there, you can take this completely apart, and you can put gauges in this cluster, and they look as good as you want them to look, honestly. So if you want to spend the time to put gauges in right there, go ahead and do that. I also have a Sport Comp Autometer tack right here, which, again, you can get whatever tack you want. This is one that we had, but you can mount it right there, and it looks really clean. And all the wiring and stuff you can hardly see. And it's been in this truck literally since I've gotten this truck 4 years ago almost, and having a tack is a wondrous thing. So let's get to the last thing I'm going to be talking about, or second to last thing, because this is arguably the most important one. This is one thing these trucks are notorious for, and that's no matter what you do with the door, it will not close completely. And that is because the strikers right here, they often wear out. The middle part between those, they wear out, they turn junk. And there's one easy way to fix it, and you can rob it from your dad's garage. If he has PEX laying around, you can rob it from him. You can go to Ace Hardware, you can get a couple feet of it. It's very easy to do. Watch this. Blue or red, it's your preference. What you do, you measure about however much that's going to be, right about there. You cut that about there. So now you got that nice little cut, little piece, and you cut that guy down the middle so you can slip it over. Ta-da! Now the door won't rattle. It's good. A million times better than it was. And all you have to do, like I said, you get this piece of half-inch, I think this is half-inch PEX, and you cut it to whatever size you need. You cut a little relief in it so it can slip right over, and it'll go from, I think I already did it to this one. Nope, that one already has something similar. So what you're replacing is this guy. And see how this one's about to break? It's already getting close. That is supposed to take up the gap in the door. See, 1,000 times better. I think I already did it to this door. I did it to one of these doors. See how that one rattles a little bit? Yep, it's that one. And eventually it'll do this. You can see where the striker's been going over it. However, it's still nice and tight. And there's gonna be someone complaining about, well, that's not the right way to fix it. I did that 4 years ago, and that's what that PEX looks like. And the good news is when that PEX breaks, I do this again for, you know, a penny worth of PEX, and I'm good for another 4 or 5 years. So that's just one of those quick little things on a Squarebody you can fix and make it look and feel that much better, and get rid of some of the rattle, make it more of a precision instrument, of speed aromatics, if you will. But those are just a few things you can do to your truck for less than $100 or close to $100 that are super easy and make the truck that much better. If you have any inkling of doing wiring, if you want to do gauges and stuff, you can put cab lights in the truck. If you have a truck that has cab lights, you can replace all of them. Those are all LED cab lights that I found on Amazon or eBay, I think, for literally $30. I replaced them. They're all LEDs. They look really good. I've also replaced every single one of the parking lights, the tail lights, all the housings have been replaced. They all are brand new. They all have good lights in them, so where everything's nice and bright when you go down the road in the dark. You can also do window moldings. You can do window seals and stuff like that. I've done door seals. I've done window seals. All the stuff you can do to make the truck just a little bit better. And even though they're, you know, 40, 50 years old at this point, you can still make them feel like a brand new truck. And honestly, this one now has the 4L80 and the big block in it. It runs just like a new truck. So those are just a few things to do. And if you want to watch us do, and if you want to watch the videos on how we installed that and the EFI, and we also lowered this truck too. I forgot about that. This truck has been lowered 3/4 with the DJM full suspension kit. So if you want to check all those videos out, you can check those out at the channel, and be sure to follow along, because we got things like my Nova right here, and we got a lot more stuff to do with the dually, because that is the race car hot rod hauler that we use honestly weekly. So if you want to watch more action with this stuff, be sure to like and subscribe and follow along as we do all the crazy stuff we do. And with that, I'll see you guys later. Peace.